Governor, can we ask you, first of all, on the property tax cap, can you give us what you think your odds are of getting this accomplished between now and June 20th? And what kind of reaction are you getting from, especially Democrats in the Assembly, who say this is going to hurt schools?
Look, the tax cap, it's a metaphor for the entire situation. It's overwhelmingly popular and demanded by the people of the state. It's been stalled in Albany for like 15 years. And one of the main things I'm trying to accomplish as governor is bring the people's will to Albany. The tax burden in this state is literally driving people out of the state. It's forcing people out of their homes. We have one of the highest property taxes in the United States. And it's going up at a rate of increase that people just can't afford. And I can't tell you how many people have come up to me and said, you have to stop the property taxes. I can't afford to live in my own home. You know, years ago when you went to buy a house, the question was, can you afford the mortgage? Now the question is often, can you afford the property taxes? We have a proposal to cap the increase, 2% increase per year. If it was more than a 2% increase, you would need 60% of the people to vote for it. It's a very sensible cap. It's been done in other states. It's worked very well. The people are demanding it. It's been stalled in Albany for a long time. And my MO is to go around the state to talk to the people. I need the people to weigh in and call their legislators. Democracy works when the people make it work. And today is part of that. I believe at the end of the day we will get it passed because I believe fundamentally that at the end of the day when the people make their voice heard, the politicians will listen. Politicians who defy the will of the people are not politicians for long. You just have to make you just have to get democracy to work, which is going out, explaining the situation to people, getting them organized, getting them mobilized, and that's what we're trying to do here.
Do you think the Assembly will go along with this?
I think at the end of the day, there will be a property tax cap passed.
Why?
You sound dubious. You sound a little cynical.
Well, you just said 15 years. It's,
15 years.
This has gone on.
So why don't we make a side wager on the side? You give me odds because it's been 15 years. Don't give me 2-to-1 odds? What odds will you give me?
I'm not going to do odds.
Governor, why a less generous pension system, and what do you say to the Civil Service Employees Association, which says $14,000 a year is the average pension?
We can't afford the public pension system that we have in this state. Period. We just can't afford it. The increase in public pensions has been astronomical. What is driving the taxes that we were just talking about? One of the things is the public pension system. It's unaffordable for local governments. It's unaffordable for the state government. There are also reforms that need to be made. When I was Attorney General, I did a number of cases on what's called pension padding. How in the last few years that a person is working, they do a lot of overtime, they run up their salary, and now you have an artificially inflated pension for many, many years. And that's going to be part of this pension reform system. But it's gone on too long, we can't afford it, and it's wrong. It's wrong. There has been an institutionalized fraud in the system that has to stop.
What do you say to the $14,000 average? The $14,000 average pension, the people who are receiving that?
Yeah, it's always the exception, right? Most people are law-abiding citizens, and they don't game the system. It's the people who do game the system that everyone else has to bear the cost. And my point is, then let's reform the system so you take the fraud out of the system. It works for everybody.
When will you introduce that pension reform bill?
Shortly, very shortly. Shortly.
And how much will it
Days.
And what are the details of the bill? You're going to raise the retirement age, end early retirement. What is going to be in that bill?
I'm going to introduce the bill in very shortly, in a matter of days, and we'll talk about it at that time.
Governor, do you think the votes will be there in the Senate to pass the game marriage?
I hope so. I hope so. It's a difficult issue. It's a controversial issue. It's failed before, as you know. But I think it's an issue that is evolving for people in general. It's much more popular in this state. It is popular in this state. The majority of the people in this state want marriage equality. That was not true a few years ago. I just hope the politicians evolve the same way the people of the state are evolving. And I hope the politicians reflect the will of the people.